Hello everyone, welcome you all in the fifth lecture of SYBSc Chemistry paper second. Now we are going to start chapter number 5. It is alcohols, phenols and ethers. In that we will see first what are phenols. Phenols are the aromatic compounds having the functional group it is OH. Hydroxy group is the functional group of phenol. When this hydroxy group is attached to any alkyl group, then it is known as alcohol. And when this hydroxy group is attached to any aromatic compound, aromatic ring, then it is known as phenol. Like this. When this hydroxy group, OH group, is attached to aromatic ring, that means the benzene ring, then it is known as phenol. This phenol, and this phenol is aromatic compound because it obeys Huckel rule. According to Huckel rule, it is cyclic planar conjugated and containing 4 and plus 2 pi electrons. Therefore, phenol is an aromatic compound, and this aromatic compound is electron rich because of lone pair present on this oxygen atom are delocalized into this aromatic ring. Therefore, this aromatic ring is electron rich and mostly undergoes electrophilic substitution reactions at ortho and para positions. Now we will see the nomenclature of these phenolic compounds. OH, when it is chlorine group attached to this second position. Now we will see the positions close to this OH group. These positions are known as ortho positions. These positions are known as meta position, and this position is known as para position. Therefore, in phenol there are 2 ortho position, 2 meta position and 1 para position. Now see towards this compound, this chlorine atom attached to the ortho position, therefore its name is orthochloro phenol. It is orthochlorophenol. Now another example it is Br. Bromine atom attached to which position? It is meta position. Therefore it is M for meta. Meta bromo phenol. Another example, the chlorine atom attached to which position? It is para position. Therefore its name is P for para. Para chlorophenol. Okay, we will see another examples in the phenol. Please. Phenol, when at ortho position it is methyl group, then it is known as orthocresol. Its name is orthocresol. When methyl group attached to para position, then it is metacresol. And when methyl group attached to para position, it is known as paracresol. These are some examples. Again, when the OH group attached to ortho position of the phenol, it is known as catechol. When the OH group is attached to meta position, then it is known as resorcinol. When the OH group attached to para position, then it is known as hydroquinone. We can also give the number to this compound. It is 2. It is 1,2-dihydroxybenzene. It is 1,3-dihydroxybenzene. It is 1,4-dihydroxybenzene. Okay. We can also give number to these phenol derivatives like this. OH Cl. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Its name is 2-chlorophenol. When the group is different, when it is NO2 group, then its name is, according to numbering, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nitro group has third number, therefore it is 3-nitrophenol. When it is NH2 group, then it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At 4 position, amino group is present, therefore it is 4-aminophenol. When any alkyl methyl group is present, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4-methylphenol. In this way, we can give the nomenclature to these phenol derivatives by giving numbering or by specifying the position, whether it is at ortho position, meta position or para position. Very simple. Now we will see the preparation of phenols. First, preparation of phenols from chlorobenzene. When chlorobenzene is treated with sodium hydroxide under very high pressure, it forms sodium phenoxide, ONA. Sodium phenoxide. And when this sodium phenoxide is acidified using hydrochloric acid, it gives phenol plus NaCl as a byproduct. In this way, we can synthesize or we can prepare phenol using chlorobenzene. First, chlorobenzene is treated with sodium hydroxide under very high pressure. It gives sodium phenoxide, and when this sodium phenoxide is acidified using hydrochloric acid, it is get converted into the phenol. The second method for the preparation of phenol, it is from sodium benzene sulfonate. Sodium benzene sulfonate. When benzene is treated with H2SO4 and NaOH, it is get converted into an sodium benzene sulfonate. It is sodium benzene sulfonate. When this sodium benzene sulfonate is fused using sodium hydroxide, fusion. It forms sodium phenoxide, converted into sodium phenoxide. And when this sodium phenoxide is acidified using HCl, it is get converted into an phenol. Simple method. First, benzene is treated with H2SO4 and NaOH. It is get converted into an sodium benzene sulfonate. This sodium benzene sulfonate on fusion with sodium hydroxide get converted into sodium phenoxide. When this sodium phenoxide is acidified using HCl, hydrochloric acid, it is get converted into an phenol. In the third method, phenol is synthesized by using cumene. First, cumene, that means the isopropyl benzene, it is cumene. It is also known as isopropyl benzene. When it is treated with air, it is get converted into an cumene hydrogen peroxide, like this. CS3CS. It is cumene hydroperoxide. When this cumene hydroperoxide is hydrolyzed, acid hydrolysis, breaking of this oxygen bond takes place and we get the product. It is phenol, and the byproduct, it is CS3 C double bond O CS, acetone. Here acetone is the byproduct. Very simple reaction. First, cumene, that means the isopropyl benzene, is treated with air. It is get converted into cumene hydroperoxide. And when this cumene hydroperoxide is hydrolyzed, acid hydrolysis is carried out, then breaking of this oxygen bond takes place and the formation of the product, it is phenol and acetone as a byproduct. The next method of preparation of this phenol is using diazonium salt. When diazonium salts are hydrolyzed, acid hydrolyzed, it is get converted into a phenol. Let's see how the reaction takes place. Aromatic amine, that means the aniline, when it is treated with NaNO2HCl, when it is treated with nitrous acid, it is get converted into an diazonium salt, like this. It is diazonium salt. And when we carry out the acid hydrolysis of this diazonium salt, we get the product, it is phenol. We get the product, it is phenol. Similar reaction. Two amino naphthalene, when treated with NaNO2HCl, same formation of diazonium salt takes place. N2 plus Cl minus. When the acid hydrolysis of this diazonium salt is carried out, we get respective alcohol, and the product is like this. It is beta naphthol. Beta naphthol is the product. Now we will see the reactions of phenols. First reaction, it is nitration reaction. Nitration reaction of phenol. First, when it is treated with dilute HNO3. When phenol is treated with dilute nitric acid, it gives mixture of products. That means the orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol. We get two types of the product. Mixture of the product. It is orthonitrophenol plus it is paranitrophenol. These two products can be separated by distillation, because here in orthonitrophenol, because of the strong intramolecular hydrogen bonding, this ortho compound is in a volatile form, therefore it can be easily separated from this paranitro product. Second, reaction with concentrated nitric acid. When phenols are treated with concentrated nitric acid, then we will get the mixture of product containing di and tri substituted products like this. When the phenol is treated with concentrated nitric acid, we get the tri and di substituted products it is 2,4,6 trinitrophenol. It is also known as picric acid. Picric acid plus one more product, it is di-substituted, and it is 2,4-dinitrophenol. 2,4-dinitrophenol. These are the nitration reactions of phenol. When phenols are treated with dilute HNO3, then we will get the mixture of two products. It is orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol. These two products can be separated by distillation. When phenols are treated with concentrated nitric acid, then we get the mixture of di and tri substituted products. It is trinitrophenol, picric acid, and dinitrophenol, 2,4-dinitrophenol. These are the nitration reaction products. Now we will see the sulfonation reaction. Next reaction, it is sulfonation reaction. Sulfonation. When the phenols are treated with concentrated sulfuric acid at room temperature, then we will get the product. It is orthophenol sulfonic acid like this. In one condition, when phenol is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid at room temperature, then we get the product. It is orthophenol sulfonic acid as the product. If the same reaction is carried out at 100 degrees Celsius, then we will get the product. It is paraphenol sulfonic acid, and the reaction is like this. Phenol on reaction with concentrated H2SO4 at 100 degrees Celsius, then the product is para product. It is paraphenol sulfonic acid. The product is paraphenol sulfonic acid. These are the sulfonation products. This product is kinetically controlled product, and this product is thermodynamically controlled product. If we heat this ortho product at 100 degrees Celsius, this ortho product is get converted into this para product. Okay. Next reaction, it is halogenation reaction of phenols. In halogenation reaction, first, when phenols are treated with bromine water, then we will get the product like this. Phenol on reaction with bromine in water, we get the product. It is 2,4,6 tribromophenol. It is 2,4,6 tribromophenol is the product. And when we use bromine in non-polar solvent, that means bromine in CCl4, then we will get the product. It is bromine in CCl4. When phenol is treated with bromine in CCl4, that means the non-polar solvent, we get the mixture of the product. It is orthobromophenol and parabromophenol. Mixture of the product. Orthobromophenol, and it is parabromophenol. Two types of the product. Mixture of the product. The next reaction of phenol, it is cold synthesis. In cold synthesis, sodium phenoxide is treated with CO2 and electrophile O minus Na plus. It is sodium phenoxide. When it is treated with CO2, carbon dioxide, it acts as an electrophile, and the reaction takes place at very high temperature and high pressure, near about 125 degrees Celsius. Then this negative charge on oxygen shifts here, formation of oxygen carbon double bond. At the same time, breaking of this carbon carbon bond and attack of these pi electrons on this electron deficient carbon, and breaking of this carbon oxygen bond towards oxygen. This oxygen atom gets negative charge, and the formation of the intermediate like this, C double bond O Na. Formation of this intermediate takes place. This intermediate is known as sodium salicylate. It is sodium salicylate. This sodium salicylate, upon acid hydrolysis, formation of salicylic acid takes place like this. We get the product. It is OH, C double bond O, OH, salicylic acid. And this reaction is known as Kolb synthesis. In Kolb synthesis, what happens? Sodium phenoxide is treated with an electrophile carbon dioxide CO2, and at very high temperature and high pressure, formation of sodium salicylate takes place. When this sodium salicylate is acidified using hydrochloric acid, it is get converted into an salicylic acid, and this reaction is known as Kolb synthesis. Next reaction, it is Rimmer-Tiemann reaction. In Rimmer-Tiemann reaction, phenol reacts with chloroform in basic medium. The aldehyde group CHO group get attached to the ortho position with respect to the OH group into the ring takes place, and formation of salicyl aldehyde takes place. Like this, when the phenols, it is phenol, is treated with chloroform CHCl3 in basic medium, that means in presence of sodium hydroxide, introduction of an CHO group, aldehyde functional group, takes place at the ortho position with respect to the OH group, and formation of salicyl aldehyde takes place. This reaction is known as Rimmer-Tiemann reaction. Now we will see the mechanism of this reaction. In the mechanism of the reaction, first this chloroform CHCl3 reacts with sodium hydroxide, and formation of an electron deficient dichlorocarbene takes place. Formation of this electron deficient dichlorocarbene takes place. Now, this dichlorocarbene is electron deficient, and this reacts with phenol, and the reaction takes place like this. It is the phenol reaction with electron deficient dichlorocarbene, like this. This OH bond pair shifts here, formation of carbon oxygen double bond. At the same time, this pi bond attacks on this electron deficient carbon, and formation of the intermediate like this, CCl2H. Okay, then reversal of this bond takes place. OH, and here is the CHCl. Then this intermediate reacts with KOH like this, OH, CCl, ClH, reaction with KOH. KOH is a nucleophile, therefore replacement of this chlorine atom takes place. COH, ClH. In the next step, this oxygen hydrogen bond pair shifts here, and removal of this chlorine takes place, and we get the product. It is salicyl aldehyde. It is the product. This reaction is known as Rimmer-Tiemann reaction, and it is very simple reaction. Takes place through formation of dichlorocarbene. First, chloroform and sodium hydroxide reacts with each other. Formation of this electron deficient electrophile, that means dichlorocarbon, takes place. Then this electrophile dichlorocarbon reacts with phenol, get attached at ortho position, and after the complete reaction, formation of this salicylaldehyde takes place. We will see the another example for this Riemann-Tiemann reaction. If the ortho position is blocked in phenol, both the ortho position are blocked. For example, it is 2,6-dimethyl phenol. When it is treated with chloroform in basic medium, same reaction will take place. But the ortho positions are already blocked, therefore the incoming aldehyde group will get attached to at para position and we get the product. It is like this: OH, CH3, CH3, and it is C double bond OH. It is 3,5-dimethyl 4-hydroxybenzaldehyde. Introduction of CHO group. If both the ortho positions are blocked, then CHO group will get attached to at para position and we get the product like this. Okay. The next reaction, it is Gattermann-Koch reaction. Gattermann-Koch reaction is a formylation reaction. When any aromatic compound is treated with carbon monoxide and HCl in presence of AlCl3 as a catalyst, then there is introduction of CHO group, that means a formyl group, into the aromatic ring takes place, and that reaction is known as Gattermann-Koch reaction. Let's see the reaction with phenol. When phenol is treated with carbon monoxide, hydrochloric acid in presence of AlCl3 as a catalyst, then the introduction of this CHO, that means the formyl group, into this aromatic ring takes place and we get the product like this, and this reaction is known as Gattermann-Koch reaction. Now we will see the mechanism of this reaction, how this reaction actually takes place. First, the carbon monoxide, it is CO. Carbon has negative charge, oxygen has positive charge, reacts with HCl in presence of AlCl3 as a catalyst. Then this negatively charged carbon takes this proton, formation of this H, C triple bond O, oxygen positive charge, it is in resonating form, HC plus double bond O, AlCl4 minus. Then this electrophile, this HCO plus, reacts with phenol and formation of this product takes place like this. When phenol reacts with this electrophilic reagent, attack of this, first this bond break here, attack of this bond on this electron deficient carbon and formation of the intermediate, it is double bond O, H, C double bond O, H. Then re-aromatization like this, and we get our product, it is salicylaldehyde. Salicylaldehyde is our product, and this whole reaction is known as Gattermann-Koch reaction. Okay. The next reaction, it is Haber-Hodge reaction. This reaction is generally useful for the introduction of an acyl group into an aromatic compound. This reaction is also known as Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction using nitriles and hydrochloric acids and as using ZnCl2 as a Lewis acid. Let's see. Phenol. Treated with any nitrile HCl and in presence of Lewis acid catalyst ZnCl2, then Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction takes place. This reaction is known as Haber-Hodge reaction. Now we will see the mechanism of this Haber-Hodge reaction. First, we will take the nitrile. It is methyl cyanide. It's treated with HCl in presence of ZnCl2 as a Lewis acid catalyst, and we get an intermediate. It is CH3C plus double bond NH, and it is ZnCl3 minus. Okay, it is our intermediate. Now this intermediate reacts with phenol. CH3 C double bond NH plus same reaction. This oxygen hydrogen bond pair shifts here, formation of carbon oxygen double bond. At the same time, attack of this pi bond on this electron deficient carbon, and we get the intermediate double bond O H C double bond NH2 plus reads CH3. In the next step, rearomatization, shifting of this bond pair here, formation of double bond, breaking of this bond towards oxygen. Oxygen gets negative charge. It is OH C double bond NH2 plus CH3. In the next step, when we carry out the hydrolysis of this compound, addition of water, we get our product. It is OH C double bond O CH3. Introduction of an acyl group into an aromatic compound. It is also known as Friedel-Crafts acylation, and the product is 2-hydroxy acetophenol. Product is 2-hydroxy acetophenol. Now we will see the last reaction of phenols. It is Schotten-Bowman reaction. It is the most convenient method for the benzoylation of phenols with benzoyl chloride in presence of 10% sodium hydroxide. When phenols are treated with benzoyl chloride and 10% NaOH, then formation of phenyl benzoate takes place. The reaction takes place like this. Phenol reacts with benzoyl chloride. It is benzoyl chloride in presence of aqueous cold sodium hydroxide. Then we know that oxygen has lone pair of electrons. It is electron rich. Therefore, it can easily attack on electron deficient carbonyl carbon, and removal of this Cl minus takes place. and we will get the product. It is phenyl benzoate. Phenyl plus NaCl and H2O as the byproduct. It is phenyl benzoate is the final product, and this reaction is known as Cotton-Bowman reaction. Thank you very much.